Nung certification ng DOJ, kaya tanong dito, competent judicial authority, korte, ibig sabihin nito. So alam mo ba na dinala sa korte o hindi? RTC Pasay or RTC Paranaque?
Hindi ko po alam.
Hindi mo alam? Hindi mo alam?
Hindi, kasi yan tinatanong.
Hindi,
ang ano ko nga po dyan yung certification niya. Ngayon, kung regarding... Yes, ma'am. Still, ma'am, yung nasabi ko po...
We still didn't know, in spite of overseeing the entire operation for both the Interpol and the entire government of the Philippine Republic. Tama?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Hindi mo pa rin alam.
Madam Chair, last chance mo, Pagkasador na kanila, giving you the chance to say the truth.
Opo.
Hindi mo alam?
Hindi, opo.
Hindi mo alam na hindi siya dinala?
Opo.
Nasaan ka sa airport? Saan ka doon sa airport? Nandun ka sa picture?
Oo, dun ho sa tube.
Oh.
Tapos,
sa tube ka pa?
Oo, sa tube.
Sumalunod ka doon sa aeroplano, sa tube. Hanggang dinala sa Villamor, kasama ka?
Sa 250?
Oo.
Sa 250, umalis ho ako eh.
Saan ka pumunta?
Dun sa likod, kasi meron hong waiting area dun sa likod.
Sa likod lang?
So, hindi na ako nag-intervene after nun eh.
Hindi mo alam na hindi siya dinala?
Hindi po.
Madam Chair, I think this resource person is lying.
Yes, that seems clear.
Hello mga kalingap, support po Richel TV. Ayan, thank you po mga kalingap. Thank you po.
Ang sistema kasi ng ICC, ang prosecution po ay kasama sa korte. It's part of the court. Kaya yun po yung lumalabas kasi nga, like the Prosecutor General is competent judicial authority in the understanding of the ICC.
Secretary Remulla, it's very, very clear. Competent national judicial authority. There's nothing mysterious or equivocal about the sentence.
Yung nga ho yun eh.
National
yung equivalent kasi.
Filipino
Yung
po.
equivalency po. Ang sinabi siguro ng ICC sa kanya, ng prosecutor. Prosecutor certification. I don't really know their conversation. But yun ang lumalabas. Kasi nga, hindi naman tatanggapin ng ICC yan kundi na-issue ng prosecutor yan eh. Kasi under the system, ang prosecutor is part of the court.
Parang nakakatuwa naman yung sagot na yan. Pero sige na lang. Ambassador Lacanilaw, number 10, did the arrested person receive legal assistance during national proceedings? Pinirmahan rin ninyo yan. He received legal assistance during national proceedings. Anong national proceedings ang tinutukoy ninyo? Eh hindi nga dinala sa husgado. Doon lang kayo sa airport, sabi ninyo.
Ma'am, kaya ko yung sagot ko dyan ay do not know. Kaya
Hindi, walang do not know sa number 10. Sa number 10, sinabi mo, yes, he received legal assistance during national proceedings.
Okay, legal assistance...
baka naman kabulastugan lang ito.
Legal assistance kasi po, that time, ang pagkakaintindi ko, kasi nandoon yung tatlong lawyers niya.
Sinong tatlo?
Former ES Miguel Lea, his wife, and Attorney Delgra.
Madam Chair,
legal assistance during national proceedings. May national proceedings ba doon sa Villamor na sinasakop yung tatlong abogadong sinasabi mo?
Legal assistance and serving of warrant.
Ang nakasabit dito, did the arrested person receive legal assistance? Basahin po ninyo, nandyan. During national proceedings. He received legal assistance during national proceedings. Ang sabi po ninyo.
Service of warrant, ma'am.
National proceedings.
Yes, ma'am.
Yan ang pagkaintindi mo. Yes, Senator Bato, please.
ibig mong sabihin, you want to impress upon us that yung service of warrant is a national proceedings? Yan yung gusto mong... that's an extradition form kasi. Sir, it's an extradition form. Ang lumalabas kasi rito, case of first impression din po sa ICC na may nag-surrender po sa kanilang tao. Hindi pa ho nangyayari ito eh. I think it's something that even the ICC
Yes, tama ka.
they don't know how to react to it.
Balikan ko lang yung nakasulat. Natanggal, nawala. Ibalik mo nga. Ibalik mo. O very clear man ito, Ambassador. Did the arrested person receive legal assistance during national proceedings? Ang sagot mo, he received legal assistance during national proceedings. So, ibig mo sabihin, yung national proceedings na sasabi mo dito, yung pag-serve ng warrant.
Serve ng warrant and also legal assistance kasi kasama ho niya yung tatlong abogado niya.
Ay, ganon. Pati yung competent national judicial authority, si General Torre na lang yun.
Wala ho kasi inform ng ano.
Hindi, liwanag eh, competent national judicial authority. Sino naman yun? Wala naman doon, kundi police.
Madam Chair, ano ho kasi, yung lumalabas ho kasi rito, talagang, even the ICC, the form they use is for extradition purposes. Makikita po naman judicial authority, kasi yun ho talaga experience natin lahat. This is the first time na may nag-surrender po sa kanila. Then they don't even know our domestic law. Kaya po, this is a way to mash things up. Kaya nga nung nag-require ng certification, umubra po yung certification ng Department of Justice, ng Prosecutor General, kasi yun po yung understanding nila ng situation. Pero this is an extradition form, kaya ang mga tanong po dyan is for extradition, not for surrender.
Pero kung extradition yung form mismo ng ICC, dapat nasundan yung extradition na process. May competent national judicial authority. Mismo yung ICC, inaalma pala na hindi ito extradition.
Madam Chair.
Yes, Senator Cayetano.
Just some points. I understand, SOJ, where you're going, but ang problem ko kasi yung pumirma yung representative supposedly ng bansa. Kasi from the start, information on the surrender and transfer yung title nung form. But as you said, kasi extradition is a form of surrendering, di ba? Pero hindi yun ang sinunod natin. So ang understanding ko kasi, very strict din yung ICC sa human rights. Kasi precisely nga, it's a court that based everything on human rights. So they want to make sure with the form that we followed human rights. Okay. So dun sa number 10, personally, I'm not committing the committee. Personally, I can understand that the service of the warrant is part of the national proceeding. But when you cite, kasi when the ambassador signed his name and ang nakalagay, he received legal assistance during national proceeding, it gives the impression that there was more than just the service of the warrant. If you relate that with number 8, kasi sa number 8, competent national judicial authority. So for example, kung sa kanila kasama ng judiciary yung fiscal, sa atin ang competent na judiciary is just the judiciary.
Mr. Senator, kasi nga, yung questions in the form refer to a case of extradition.
Yes.
Case of first impression nga ito.
Yes.
Even to the ICC, even to the Philippine government, to the Executive Department, to the Senate, to the Supreme Court, this is a case of first impression.
And assuming...
Kahit na, lalo na kung first impression, di ba dapat linagay na lang, I do not know. Doon sa ibang question, sinagot niya, no, I do not know. Bakit dito buong ningning siya sumagot?
Yeah. Can I pursue that? So assuming, Mr. Secretary, that I will hook, line, and sinker agree with you, yun ang point ko, di ba? That the representative of the Philippine government should not just sign. He should have noted there, surrender to, not applicable, etc. Because nga, ang titignan naman yung dokumento, hindi yung paliwanag. But I have one more question, and ma'am, payagan nyo itulay ko rin to kay General Torre. Sir, pakinggan nyo yung question ko kay Ambassador kasi baka may link to sa isang tanong ko sa inyo. Ambassador, if you go one by one sa questions, it seems to me the ICC wants to make sure na nasunod yung due process at saka human rights ng akusado at ng inaresto. In your view, meron po bang violation ng batas sa pag-arrest or pag-detain ni former President Duterte?
Wala po.
So wala?
Opo.
So wala. And you know our law, so walang violation.
Opo.
Okay. How about you, General Torre? May violation po ba sa arrest or detention ni former President Duterte?
No, sir.
No, wala. Categorical, wala tayong violate na law.
No, sir.
Okay. Can I read to you Republic Act 7438? An act defining certain rights of person arrested and detained under custodial investigation, as well as the duties of the arresting, detaining, and investigating officer and providing penalties for violation thereof. Section F, any person arrested or detained, arrested, detained, or under custodial investigation shall be allowed visits by or conference with any member of the immediate family or any medical doctor or priest, minister chosen by him or by any member of his immediate family or by his counsel. I saw the video, sir. President Duterte was asking for his own doctors. Ang sabi niyo, hindi, may dala kayong doktor na colonel. Tama po ba?
That's one part, sir.
Yes, so you did not allow him to bring in his own doctor.
There's another video that will show that he has his doctors from the Cardinal Santos.
Yes, and he was saying kulang yon kasi ano pa sila, di ba? Yung iba pang doctors, pero hindi na pinayagan. There's videos from outside, yung ibang gamit, etc. Correct, sir? So, you can ano, sir, hindi to yes or no. So, to your point, did you allow all of his doctors in or no?
Sir, we have substantial doctor. I think we have complied with 7438, sir.
Okay, it doesn't say here substantial. It says here,
7438, sir.
no sir, ang sabi kasi dito, his choice, hindi nyo choice. Hindi nyo choice i-limit yung doctors niya. Ang sabi nyo substantial. So, I will clarify. Were there doctors that you requested you did not allow in? Yes
I was
or
not
no?
aware of that, sir.
Okay, you're not aware kung meron pinapasok o wala.
Kung meron siyang ibang
Okay.
additional doctors,
But I saw the video wherein you're saying 2-star, ako na nagdedesisyon, I will not allow VP Sara in. Tama?
yes, sir.
Okay. Hindi ba siya anak? Ang nakalagay dito, the person's immediate family shall include his or her spouse, fiancé, parent or child, brother, sister, grandparent, grandchild, uncle, aunt, nephew, niece, etc. Ang penalty nito ay 4 na taon ata na kulong. Penalty clause. Any arresting public officer, employee, or any investigator who fails to inform any person arrested, detained, or under custodial investigation of his right to remain silent and to have competent penalty of not less than 8 years. So, ito, sa letter B, any person who obstructs or prevents any of his lawyers, any member of his family, or person arrested, detained, medical doctor or priest of his choice 4 years. So, sir, you prevented VP Sara from entering.
At also, sir, maraming salamat sa pagbigay sa akin ng pagkakataon na ito para ma-clarify yan, sir. Dahil nung first hearing natin, sir, ay palagay ko na-explain na lahat yan, sir. At nagkaroon ng napakaraming mga...
Nung first hearing, sir, ang pinag-usapan kasi doon na lawyer, ako, upon looking at the Constitution, kaming mga senador, we cannot appear before the court, but we can practice. Pero ang Presidente, Vice President cannot practice. So, kasama na ako doon at yung ibang nagsabing abogada, pero nung nakita ko tong batas na to, nakalagay, pag anak, you cannot stop them from visiting. And nakita ko yung video, but sabi nyo nga, may kompleto kayong video, that's why I'm asking you, baka naman pinapasok nyo nang hindi ko alam. Sabi mo, two-star, sir, ako na. Ako nag-decision nito, sir. I don't know if you use the word, ako mananagot. So, simple ang question ko, did you prevent VP Sara from seeing her father? Yes or no?
Can I expound on it, sir, before I answer the yes
Yes,
or
go
no?
ahead.
Thank you, sir. Kaya ako nagpapasalamat, sir, na ma-expound yan, sir. Dahil after the first hearing, medyo marami-rami ang lumabas, sir, ng mga misinformation regarding that matter, sir. Yes, sir, I did I did deny the request of President Duterte for him to allow VP Sara to enter, sir. Kasi nga naman, sir, mag-alas 10 na yun, sir. And that is already around 12 hours after we first got him into custody. The VP has all the chances to be with the President earlier that day. We were expecting her. Actually, sir, mga alas 3 pa lang, may information na darating siya. And kung gusto talaga nilang pumasok, sir, pwede naman, sir. Kasi
Hinasangan mo nga eh, di ba?
ma'am, sinundo ma'am sa loob ng William
Sinabi
Hall.
nga ninyo na hinarang, di ba? Sabi
Yes,
niya,
ma'am. Ito,
kasi
ma'am,
gabi na, matagal na.
I did, ma'am, I did really prevent that from the VP. I told the president that she can visit her on the detention cell in Hague. Sabi ko kung gusto niya talaga. Pero
Sabi
kasi
mo
nga naman,
makapasok, pero
ma'am,
sa kabilang
sandali,
labo,
ma'am.
sinabi mo you prevented
let
her.
me-
Ayun ba talaga?
let me clarify, ma'am, hindi pa ako tapos, ma'am.
Hindi, iba-iba na yung sinasabi mo eh.
Ma'am, patapusin niyo ako kung pwede. Kung pwede, ma'am. Okay lang. Kasi ma'am, meron tayong...
I think the resource person is,
If you will allow me. Sir, if you will allow me. Sir,
yaw.
Okay, sir.
Kaya nga, but please.
ito sir. After all was being said and done, yung sasakyan ni Hanilet, sir, and 5 other vehicles, nakapasok at sinundo sila, sir. Ang aeroplano nasa bukas pang pintuan, sir. So, yan, sir, ang isang tumayong balahibo ko nun, sir, noong panahon na nakita ko, andyan yata si VP Sara, andyan si Bongo nakapasok na. Kasi sinusundo na, sir, si Hanilet at saka si Kitty, sir, ng kanilang mga sasakyan, together with the other entourage. Bakit nila sumabay dun, sir, sa tarmac, bukas pa naman, sir, ang pintuan.
Alam mo, Madam Chair,
Sir,
Nick, you
That's a new
ibig po
information,
sabihin,
sir.
kung pwede pumasok yung si Ma'am Hanilit at saka si Kitty, gusto mo ring sabay-sabay na sila.
Sir, ganito. Hindi ko dinideny na pinrevent ko si VP Sara na pumasok based on the request of the president, the former president.
Okay.
The reason for that,
You prevented VP Sara from entering.
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Because the reason for that is that 12 hours na ang nakalipas at tapos na ang lahat ng mga delaying tactics.
Nick,
I cannot allow that. Otherwise,
Nick,
magiging magulo pa ang situation,
Nag-expire
sir.
pala yung karapatan ng
may expiration date pala yung karapatan ng anak na bumisita sa kanyang tatay.
Sir, we do believe, ako sir personally, that's my call at that time because I'm operating on the premise
So,
na
so
ang
it's your call.
mission,
So it's your call to
Yes,
violate
sir.
the law.
yes,
It's your call to violate the law. Yan lang kalagay sa batas. Binasa ni Senator Alan Cayetano na bawal na pigilan yung anak na bumisita. So it's your call to violate the law.
hindi sa ganong context, sir.
Oh,
Anong konteksto?
Anong
Kasi
konteksto
sabi
mo?
mo lang, hinadlangan mo yung pagpasok eh.
Mr. President, I won't belabor the point kasi sinagot niyo naman, sir, yung tanong ko. Kasi nga, going back to Ambassador Lacanilao, that's a violation of the law. If you look at the law, it says arrested, detained, and custodial investigation. Kung arrested lang to, baka may lusot, 12 hours, 6 hours, matagal na. Pero ang nakalagay sa law kasi, you cannot deny pag arrested, detained, and custodial investigation. No if, no buts tong batas na to because nga, in the past, lalo pagka wala pa namang internet masyado nito eh. 1992, no? Wala pa masyado yung mga, bago pa lang yung mga, ay, cellphone na ba nito? Or ano? But ang point, sir, there's no exceptions here. So that's a matter of defense kay General Torre. But just to pursue this, yung Dr. Suba ni President Duterte certified him fit to travel. Di ba sabi niyo, sir, eventually pinapasok niyo rin doktor niya. So nung una, sa video nakita ko, ay hindi pa kasi niya nasasubmit yung buong video, kaya hindi pa namin na-review. No? That's why I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. Kasi I'm not an eyewitness, I didn't see the, and even if I'm not an eyewitness, I didn't view the video. No? So dun sa nakita ko kasi, you were denying, the President was saying, you have to make sure I'm fit to travel, and then sabi niya, doktor ko, ang sabi niyo, may doktor na dito, it was a police or military colonel. So eventually you let in some of his doctors, correct, sir? Yeah. Did they certify that he was fit to travel?
I believe, sir, on that argument, we can
No,
already
it's not an argument. I was just
Sir,
asking.
okay, sir.
Did
Sir,
they certify that he was fit to travel or hindi sila tinanong were they fit to travel?
it's a part of the procedure for his private doctors for that to do that, sir. It will be the government doctors who will be...
No, that's not true, sir. Ang nakalagay ho dito sa batas, it can be his doctors. Magiging inutil yung batas if you invite your doctors and then they cannot certify. So, ang mangyayari nun, if they certify hindi pwede, sinertify ng gover doctor pwede, korte ang magsasabi at kakasuhan yung doktor na nagkakamali. Hindi mo pwede basta i-replace ng government doctor yung, so like now, no? If anyone here biglang nag-faint at sinabing hindi na siya pwedeng mag-appear dito, we have a Senate doctor. But if it's the doctor of the witness na ang nakalagay nga, even yung baka mapahamak yung kapitan. Kasi kung titignan niyo po yung
Yes.
pinirmahan ng kapitan, sa pinirmahan niya po may nakalagay doon, saan yan?
Yes, Senator Cayetano, kung pwede lang
Yeah,
i-clarify,
anyway.
ang nangyari, si Kitty, sinabi talaga na hindi pinapasok yung doktor. At sinabi ni Dr. Rosa Alensi na ang dating Pangulo, napakataas na ng kanyang diabetes, umabot ng 328, he needs to be admitted directly to a hospital. Nagkaroon ng diskusyon doon sa Villamor, pinatawag yata, nung isang Colonel Dr. Donald Palma, cardiologist, na hindi siya nasa kalagayan na magbiyahe ng mahaba, pero pinirmahan ni Dr. Colonel Jonathan Rico, isa na namang Armed Forces Doctor, Commanding Officer ng Air Force, na pwede siyang bumiyahe. So, ibig sabihin, maliwanag na ang pumirma ng certification na fit to travel ay hindi kanyang doktor na hindi pinapasok, kundi doktor ng AFP.
Correct ba ho ang pagkakwento ni Chairperson? No, Senator Go, just before, ito yung dahilan kung ba't ko tinatanong. Sabi nga ni SOJ, sub judice, meron na request by petition for writ of habeas corpus. Ang aking concern ngayon, kasi ang bata, ang ginagaya, hindi yung salita natin yung gawa. And I think ganun din sa batang pulis, batang militar, batang tanod, batang NBI. They're watching now. So what if someone was arrested in Tawi-Tawi? Can he be visited by his family anytime? And can his doctor, they say, hindi mo pwede ilipat ng Manila yan. That's why I'm asking all of this, because according to Ambassador Marcos, Lacanilao, walang violation, sabi niyo walang violation, pero apparent dito. No? So I just want to put that on record. Sana malinaw natin yan. Kasi may police, meron din po kayong, di ba, revised PNP operation procedure. Pati doon, pareho ng batas pero parang hindi nasunod. So I submit to you and to Senator Bongo. Thank you for waiting.
Thank you, Senator Cayetano. Ambassador Lacanilao, babalikan ko lang yung pinirmahan ninyo. Andito na sinabi ninyo, kahit nagkakadiskusyon na tungkol sa diabetes ni Presidente Duterte at yung kanyang kalagayan, pinirmahan ninyo that you don't know if he's fit to travel or not. Bakit pinagbiyahe yan kung hindi ka sigurado?
Ma'am, first of all, kasi hindi po ako nasa medical field, hindi ako ang doktor.
Pero, pinirmahan mo rin na hiniling niya na dalhin siya sa ospital kaagad kasi masama na ang pakiramdam.
Ma'am, kasi hindi po niya, that time, nag-request ko si former ES Medialdea na i-inform ko, paglapag namin sa Hague, ang ICC na mabigyan si former president ng medical assistance. Sabi niya, baka hindi ka pakinggan. Sabi ko, kakausapin ko po. Kaya ako, nag-request ako that time, paglapag namin, kinausap ko po
So, hindi totoo na hindi mo alam? Alam mo na may problema.
Hindi po. Kasi po, yun po yung request. Wala po ko alam po yung, kasi hindi naman po ko yung doktor.
Hindi naman sinasabi na doktor ka, ambassador ka, sinabi mo kanina. Pero ang pinirmahan mo rito, you do not know. Paano you don't know? Nagkakagulo na tungkol sa doktor.
Hindi po. Yun nga po. Nag-request lang po si former ES Medialdea na ambassador, mag-request tayo sa ICC para mabigyan ng medical assistance si former president. Pero hindi po namin pinag-usapan kung ano po yung kalagayan na mataas po ang kanyang sugar o mataas ang kanyang...
Hindi, humihingi na nga na direktang dalhin sa ospital. Tanungin natin si Senator Bongo. Kanina pa nagtataas ng kamay, sorry.
Ako nagtatanong, ako po magtatanong. To Ambassador Marcos Lacanilao, totoo ba na pagdating doon sa The Hague, sinakay siya sa stretcher, siya na lang mag-isa? Yes or no?
Opo.
Hindi niyo na sinamahan?
Hindi po kami inalaw ho ng ICC.
Paano yung mga medisina niya?
Yun pong kanyang personal nurse together with the PNP doctor, nakipag-coordinate po sa doktor ng
Hindi
ICC
sila
and
pinababa?
binigay ho yung...
Yes or no?
Ano po yun?
Hindi sila pinababa?
Hindi po.
Wala siyang kasama binaba?
Wala po, siya lang po.
Siya na mag-isa?
Opo.
Alam niyo ba marami siyang medisina, 27 yan araw-araw? Kung ano yung pinainom sa kanya hanggang ngayon po, hindi pa rin pinapainom sa kanya kahit pinadalawang beses na pinadalaan siya mula sa Pilipinas, hindi pinapapasok. Dahil gusto nila sila ang maggamot. Paano na lang po kung hindi hiyang o hindi naayon sa kanyang karamdaman? Nung nasa Villamor pa lang po, si dating Pangulong Duterte, mataas yung blood sugar niya. And he is due for check-up po, March 12. Andiyan dyan po yung nurse niya. Monthly po yan. December, January, February, March. Buwan-buwan po yung kanyang medical procedure. 80 years old na po yan. Buwan-buwan, ako mismo sinasamahan ko. Pati yung gamot niya, buwan-buwan, ako rin po nagpapadala. May karamdaman na po si Tatay Digo. Alam niyo po, ganitong totoong kwento. Alam niyo na po yung totoo. Nung dumating si dating Pangulong Duterte, andyan dyan po yung doktor niya. Parap ko po si Chief PNP Marbil. Tinanong ko po, Sir, saan niyo ba dadalhin? Kasi dito yung mga doktor. Sabi niya, dadalhin po sa kampo sa 250. Kaya tinanong ko po yung spokesperson na hindi nagsasabi na totoo. Tinanong ko saan dadalhin. Hindi niya ako sinagot, tinalikuran niya ako. Sumunod po kami. Nung sumunod kami, hindi na po ako pinapasok. That was 10 o'clock. 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Meron pong sumundo sa amin. Sumakay ako sa sasakyan ni Ma'am Anilet. Pagbaba sa gate, binababa po ako. That was 3 o'clock pa lang po. Binababa po ako. Hindi po ako pinapasok. Respeto lang naman ang hinihingi ko. Just for the record. Sino bang pumigil nito? Bakit kaya hindi kami pinapasok? Kaya hindi po ako nagtataka kung hindi po pinapasok. Si VP Sara nung gabi. Paano papasok? Sarado na yung gate. As in, sarado. Lahat po ng gate sa kampo, sarado na po. Nung sinubukan ko pong pumasok, nagpaalam po kami. Pinababa po ako. Kahit nakasakay na po ako sa sasakyan. Nakiusap na lang po ako papasukin yung mga doktor. Yung 3 doktor po. It took you about 3 hours, 4 hours pa po. After his arrival, bago pinapasok yung doktor. Yung oxygen niya nandoon, yung ambulansya po nandoon. Inantay muna about 3 to 4 hours. Or even 5 hours bago pinapasok po yung ambulansya. Pati yung doktor niya. Doon pa po nalaman na mataas 300 plus po ang kanyang blood sugar. With that findings, kung talagang chinek up ng doktor ninyo na maayos, he is not fit to fly. He is not fit to fly. Due for check-up na po siya ng admission po, March 12. You may check with his hospital sa Cardinal Santos. Naka-reserve na po yun. A week before pa po. Hindi naman magsisinungaling yung hospital. Yan po. Yung gusto lang natin malaman dito yung katotohanan lamang po. The truth. The truth.
General?
Kung ano yung totoo. Salamat po.
General, tama ba yung sinasabi ni Senator Bongo na 3 oras nang nag-iintay yung sariling doktor ni dating Pangulo at hindi pinapapasok ng pagkahaba-habang panahon samantalang may sakit yung kanyang pasyente?
There was a doctor from Cardinal Santos, ma'am, babae. At nag-request pa nga yun nung...
3 oras bang nag-iintay?
Nag-request pa ng... na magpapasok ng ECG, ma'am.
Pero 3 oras maghintay?
3 to 4 hours po bago pinapasok ang doktor at yung ambulansya. Ginawa nga po installment yung pagpapasok ninyo. Una, papasukin muna yung isang doktor. Pinapasok na naman yung isang doktor. Finally po, kailangan pumasok yung ambulansya, yung ECG mismo, pati yung oxygen. Anahin mo naman yung doktor, wala yung ambulansya, wala yung ECG, wala yung oxygen. Tingnan niyo po yung records niyo, ano oras nakapasok. 10 a.m. yung arrival, kapasok yung doktor, mga alas 2 na po, siguro alas 3 ito, 4 hours. Pakiusap ko na po yung katotohanan lamang po. Huwag na tayong magpaligoy-ligoy dito, huwag na natin iikot pa. The truth lang po.
Maraming salamat, Senator Go. At nakita ko yung mga retrato ni Presidente Duterte nakaramdaman. Yes, General Torre. Nakita mo naman siguro, nakita ko lang sa picture, di mas lalo mong nakita.
Regarding the medical condition of the former president, sa tingin ko naman, ma'am, sufficiente ang mga doktor na nandun, and I defer to their expertise.
Pero hindi niya doktor. Ayon sa batas, siya pipili ng doktor.
Ma'am, may picture tayo rito na may doktor siyang sarili galing sa sa Cardinal Santos. Babae po yun, nakaputing t-shirt. At siya po ay doktor ni PRRD. Ang sa akin lang dito, ma'am, is that I take comfort on the fact that we have a benefit of 2020 hindsight, ma'am. Bago maglanding aeroplano ni President Duterte, he himself was the one who made a video, pinadala niya sa anak niya, pinost ni Kitty, sinasabi niya okay siya. So I think for the discussions now about this medical condition, parang siya lang mismo nagsabi mo na okay siya bago maglanding sa Hague. At ibigay niya kay Kitty yun, pinost sa internet yun, and everyone saw it. Thank you, ma'am.
Madam Chair, I understand what you're saying, General Torre. Ang problema nga, kung ako ay pulis sa Batanes, kahit saan, sa sulok ng Taguig, sa sulok ng Pangasinan, sa sulok ng ang laki-laki ng Davao, Cebu City, tapos sinabing kailangan ko doktor ko. And then sabihin isa lang sufficiente or sa militar sufficiente. Paano kung may nangyari sa kanila? That's why the law is clear. The law is clear. Doctors, priests, choice nung inaaresto or dinidetain, and then ganun din pag family members. No ifs, no buts. Diba? So, I have seen Supreme Court cases where they said that this is not to be a precedent. That this is a special case. Diba? We've seen Supreme Court case. So, if you say this is a special case, given the circumstance, I will not say you're right, but I will not argue with you. But if you tell me, sir, okay naman siya, o tignan mo. So paano nga kung, kasi the law is clear. Hindi naman ikaw magsasabing sufficiente, hindi. But you're supposed to allow all of his doctors in right away, and you're supposed to allow his family members there and not deny them. So yun lang yung point that I want to make. Especially kung si Ambassador Lacanlao also is certifying to the ICC. I'm not sure, but tingin ko, kaya hindi kinuha kagad si President Duterte na hindi mo pa napirmahan lahat. Because ayaw nilang kunin, tapos hindi fit to travel, pag na-stroke yun o may nangyari sa kanya, human rights institution yun, sila pagbibintangan. Kaya ka pinapirma muna na at hindi ko kunin hanggang hindi ka pumirma, para yung responsibility na sa atin. Diba? So that's what I'm saying, Del Torre, that what I'm discussing with you now is beyond what happened here. It's the revised rules of PNP operational procedure vis-a-vis the Republic Act 7438. Sa 7438, there's no exception. Hindi sinabi dito na pag ganitong oras, hindi na pwede yung anak. Pagka ganito, yung doktor, pipila ka sa labas, hindi ganitong oras. Diba? So anyway, I think we both made our points naman unless you want to add on that. No?
Yes, if it's all right, I think Attorney Martin Delgra is now online. Committee Secretary, if you'll administer the oath, please.
I'm here, Madam Chair.
Yes, where are you physically located?
Via Zoom.
Nasa Hague pa po kayo? Mukhang malamig ang damit niyo eh.
Opo, medyo, I'm not used to this kind of weather po.
Yes, Secretary, please.
Attorney Delga, kindly raise your right hand, please. Do you swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth in the Senate investigation?
Yes, I do.
Thank you, sir. Madam Chair.
Yes, thank you very much, Attorney Delgra. You said you had some questions for Ambassador Lacanilao. Please proceed.
If I may, Madam Chair, just a very short opening statement, because I have been listening to the proceedings earlier, especially on what Ambassador Lacanilao said, as well as General Torres' statement made earlier. But before that, if I may make a very short opening statement, if I may be allowed.
Yes, please go ahead.
Thank you. I thank the Senate Committee for inviting me into today's hearing. At the outset, it is our humble submission that the Senate Committee and eventually Congress to craft meaningful legislation, among others, on making persons liable who bring, cause to bring, or forced to bring Filipinos out of the country without legal or proper travel documents. We understand that under current legislation, I may not be properly informed, but it is only the person who travel or attempt to travel illegally abroad who is personally liable. In the case of the former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, he has vehemently objected his transport to The Hague, the Netherlands. When General Torre and his PNP personnel were finally able to surround and secure the person of the former president eventually into the plane and to The Hague, he loudly objected, and I quote, "You have to kill me to bring me to The Hague." He said that at least twice. That said, the former president, he has consistently said that he will face any case that may be filed against him in the Philippines in relation to his administration campaign against illegal drugs. Another point that I would like to state here for the record for the Senate Committee to consider is to review the consistent government policy to assist any Filipino harassed, arrested, detained, or even convicted abroad for whatever cases filed against them, extending in any legal assistance, including the repatriation of its citizens to the Philippines. Very recently, three Filipinos were detained in China, but were assisted by the Philippine government through this administration. And I think 2 or 3 days ago, 15 Filipinos whose cases were dismissed in Qatar, crediting this administration's assistance to our kababayan. What is upsetting and mind-boggling to me is that we have an elderly Filipino citizen, an 80-year-old Filipino, who was arrested and detained in the Philippines, allegedly by virtue of a foreign, not a local warrant, and forcibly brought out of the country to be brought to trial in a foreign court. And that is my opening statement, Your Honor.
Thank you.
That's
You had a
precisely
question?
why what the government, Ambassador Lacanilao is saying is utterly untrue, as well as what General Torre have said earlier about the doctor.
Ano po ang nangyari sa pakiwari ninyo? Kasi sinasabi ninyo hindi totoo yung sinabi ni Ambassador Lacanilao at ni General Torre. Ano ba talaga nangyari?
Context, Madam Chair. In the same way that Senator Bongo was not allowed entry when we arrived at the NAIA 3 terminal and to talk to the former president, but he was eventually brought to Villamor, we were able to follow the former president to Villamor. Apparently, the guards at Villamor were not able to see who else were in the convoy, so we were able to get in. Unfortunately for Senator Bongo and the rest, including some lawyers, they were not able to get in, despite their request that they be able to see the president. That said, I was there all throughout the day until the time he left in the evening. And Ambassador Lacanilao was there as well inside the Villamor Air Base. So as to the question number 8 of that information on the surrender and transfer of the detained person, referring to the former president, hindi naman po masabi, let's take away the certification mentioned by the DOJ because he has personal knowledge of the fact that the former president was never transferred or brought to a national competent judicial authority in the Philippines. So he knows it for a fact. He does not have to wait for a DOJ certification to answer the question asked of him by an ICC representative.
Tama naman. Ambassador na kanila, gusto niyo sagutin kasi nandun ka mula pa sa aeroplano hanggang sa The Hague, 2 days after pa. Pwede niyong sagutin yung tinatanong ni Ambassador Belgra. Alam mo naman hindi mo kailangan ng certification, di ka naman kinakailangan mag-antay pa
Nung turnover ko po, yung certification, may communication na po kami. Yung certification, yun nga lang ho, nagkakaroon ho ng delay.
Certification ang pinag-uusapan mo, yung pinirmahan mo, Competent National Judicial Authority. Hindi nga dinala sa husgadong Pilipino Alam mo naman yun kasama ka all along Oversee nga ang ginagawa mo, di alam mo lahat.
Madam Chair, may I follow up with that?
Senator Bato.
Follow up on that question. Ito, very clear yung sagot mo dito do not know. Hindi mo alam na hindi siya dinala sa judicial authority.
Yun hong certification ho ng DOJ ang dyan.
Sige ka-insist ng certification ng DOJ. Kaya tanong dito, competent judicial authority. Korte, ibig sabihin nito. So alam mo ba na dinala sa korte o hindi? RTC Pasay or RTC Paranaque?
Hindi ko po alam.
Hindi mo alam? Hindi mo alam?
Kasi yung tinatanong... Ang ano ko nga po dyan yung certification niya. Ngayon, kung regarding...
So alam mo kung dinala siya o hindi?
Hindi ko po alam. Kasi hindi naman ho ako...
Hindi mo alam, binantayan mo mula nung dumating mula sa Hong Kong, sa airport, dinala sa Villamor, dinala sa The Hague, kasama ko all throughout.
Opo.
Pag sinabi mong hindi mo alam, you are lying. You are lying. And nandun ka all the time Hindi ko alam na dinala siya sa korte. Hindi mo alam?
Hindi ko po alam, Mr. Senator.
May I clarify?
I think we should ask Attorney Belgra, what do you think of the answer given that he was not aware of any information regarding the competent National Judicial Authority that he signed on to? Pwede bang mangyari yon, Attorney Belgra?
I join the observation of Senator Bato that the Ambassador Locanilaw is lying. Kasi all he needs to know is whether the former president was brought out of Villamor and brought to a local court. We don't have to skirt and hide behind a DOJ certification to attest to the fact as to whether he was brought to a local court or not. He was there all throughout as he has in fact admitted. So all he has to do is hindi po inilabas yung former president to be brought to a local court. I think that would have been sufficient for him to say. But he keeps on saying that he does not know.
Kasi ang tamang sagot, no. Hindi po ba? Ang tamang sagot, no. At alam niyang no. Kailanman hindi dinala sa husgado. Tama po ba?
I agree with that, Madam Chair, that the proper answer to this question would have been no.
Thank you, Attorney Belgra. Ambassador Locanilaw?
Yes, ma'am. Still, ma'am, yung nasabi ko po...
You still didn't know, in spite of overseeing the entire operation for both the Interpol and the entire government of the Philippine Republic. Tama?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Hindi mo pa rin alam.
Madam Chair, last chance mo, Ambassador Locanilaw, giving you the chance to say the truth.
Opo.
Hindi mo alam?
Ng totoo. Hindi, opo.
Hindi mo alam na hindi siya dinala.
Opo.
Ikaw na
Nasaan ka
doon?
sa airport? Saan ka doon sa airport? Nandun ka sa picture?
Dun ho sa tube. Tapos,
sa tube ka pa?
Sa tube.
Sumalungan ka doon sa aeroplano, sa tube. Hanggang dinala sa Billabong, kasama ka.
Sa 250?
Oo.
Sa 250, umalis ho ako eh.
Saan ka pumunta?
Dun sa likod, kasi meron hong waiting area dun
Sa
sa likod.
likod lang.
Sa likod lang,
Pero
bro.
umalis.
So, hindi na ho ako nag-intervene after nun eh.
Hindi mo alam na hindi siya dinala.
Hindi po.
Alam siya, I think this resource person is lying.
Yes, that seems clear. Secretary Remulla, you wanted to add to the false
Ma'am,
testimony.
again, the form that was made to that he was made to answer is an extradition form. That's why the requirements that it's asking for are questions about extradition. But this is a surrender. It's a very different process that happened.
Yes, we've heard that argument before. Thank you, Secretary.
Aside from that form, kinonfirm na basis siya sinabi na hindi daw talaga niya alam na dinala sa korte o hindi.
And I don't think they would have accepted him in the ICC if there was no certification from the DOJ at the time, because the certification was acceptable to the ICC because the DOJ is deemed a competent judicial authority by the ICC. So we're not claiming to be.
Since
but
when
under
did
the system,
the DOJ become a judicial
No, under the system of the ICC.
Justice Ascuna, I think
Justice Ascuna said,
here.
the Prosecutor General.
Inaakuna ng executive ang
No.
judicial
The
power.
prosecutor-